as it is American Bushido 16, Anderson Silva versus Alex Stiebling. Very, very fun main event. That middleweight division is stacked, and that is a fun fight there. But before we get into the card and that main event, gotta go through the mail, as always. As Alexander Emelianenko, we extended his deal. Dennis Hallman's left the pit. We extended Tetsuji Kato, Sam Stout, Matt Hughes, and Cain Velasquez. As Hector Lombard joined Sanaskik, Parish MMA. I fucked that all up. My God, as Ben Rothwell extended his deal. We signed Yuki Kondo back. He has been in rings, was the rings middleweight champion. Went on quite a run. Really his biggest wins were against Nate Corey. And, obviously having good and great fights for that period of time. Sure, is it some guys like Ike Inoue and Ryan Gracie? And are they not huge names? No, but I think they are at least a chance to come back into Pride FC. Because he was 2-6, I want to say, in Pride FC. Yeah, he was 2-6. Not great, but I think we can bring him back now. He's the 8th middleweight in the world right now. I think he's gonna do just fine. I think he'll be a perfect guy to have for. He's been in the UFC. He's been in obviously rings, obviously, and in Pancrase as well. I don't know why they say the UFC. I don't see it on here. Maybe I've been mistaken. I thought it says he worked for the UFC. Not seeing any of the UFC fights. Am I just blind as a bat? Yeah, all right. Well, I guess that's just a part of the bio for him. As Yuki Kondo back in Pride FC, and then Quang Hee Lee has left Roots after his first fight in Pride FC. Didn't go so well. As we're almost at $100,000, at 75,000 or 75 million. Jesus Christ, we're almost at $100 million, and hopefully, once we get to $100 million, we'll start changing. As far as like performances, bonuses. Instead of, I think right now they're 50,000. I think we're gonna make it 100,000 for performance bonuses. So that should be fun. And let's get on with the show. As obviously main event, Anderson Silva, Alex Stiebling, got Andre Arlovski and Mark Coleman in the co-main, Ryan Jensen and Lewis Herring, Kevin Randleman and Gilbert Yvel, David Barron and Dan Hardy, Stephan Bonner and Chael Sonnen kick off the show, and the two prelim fights, Clay Guida and Ryan Healy, Robbie Lawler and Jay Suk Lim. As for the main event, two of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, Anderson Silva and the Brazilian killer, Alex Stiebling. They're ranked 7th and 13th. This is the 5th time for both men main eventing a Pride event. That's pretty cool. Stiebling has trained at the Lion's Den, which Silva has an overall record of 2-1-1 against other crew members of that team. Silva trains at Hoos Valley Tudo, which Stiebling has an overall record of 0-1 against other crew members of that team. As Stiebling's won 3 of his last 5 fights for decision. First time they fought. Yeah, Silva, I would assume, is going to get the win here, but Stiebling does have one lone backer in the Blur Catch Stat Picks and Sean. As Anderson Silva, former middleweight champion of the world in Pride FC, lost the belt to Murillo at Shockwave last year. Now he's got his first fight back after having 4 fights in 2006 and 3 in 2005. He gets to come back now. First time he's fighting with the extra round too, so that should be interesting. There for Anderson Silva and Alex Stiebling. 4-4 in Pride FC, 19-4-1. He's on a 3-fight winning streak, and those are some, Scott Smith by split decision, Chuck Liddell at that Shockwave 2006 card where Silva lost, and then also Nate Marcotte this year in July. So this is a good spot for Alex Stiebling, who started off, 1-4, losing 2 straight, beat Jeremy Horn, then lost another 2 straight. Now he's, gotten it back into the swing of things here. He needs a big-time win, and I think it can come. I don't think it's going to happen, rather, against Anderson Silva. Just don't think it's going to happen. Silva's just a little bit more talented than Alex Stiebling is. Should be an interesting fight, though. It's Andre the Pitbull Arlovski taking on Mark the Hammer Coleman. It's Arlovski. We got a new picture for him. I felt like it was a little bit more, outdated than his old picture. Felt like we needed to change it to his more kind of, I would say like 2008-ish, 2009-ish picture. Maybe a little even later than that. As Andre the Pitbull Arlovski is probably going to murder poor Mark Coleman here in the co-main. He needs a fight to get, a nice little bounce-back fight after losing to Ben Rothwell at Pride 36 in June. And, he beat Greg Wickham beforehand. But then, other than that, he's lost 3 of the last 4 fights. Could really use the win. And obviously a guy who's put on some great displays over the years. He's beaten Alistair Overeem. He's beaten Josh Barnett, Pete Williams. But he's lost to guys like Simi Shalett, Fedor, Big Nog, Mirko Krokop, and now Ben Rothwell. Which, that's some big company for Ben Rothwell to be in as well. But Mark Coleman, 42 years old, 14-9. 8-6, lost 2 straight, and his last 2 losses were to Ogawa and Don Fry. That's not a great sign. If you're losing to Ogawa and Don Fry, and you're taking on Andrzej Arlovski, you're probably gonna get fucking murdered. That's a wash there. Ryan Jensen taking on Louise Mad Skills Herring, as Jensen is the 18th ranked middleweight in Pride FC. Louise Herring is 20th. They both have won their last 3 of the last 5 fights by decision. First time they have fought. Lewis Herring's going to have a significant weight advantage, but it looks like it's not going to matter because all the Blurcats that picks are to Ryan Jensen, as Lewis Herring coming in off of a beat of Rashad Evans, which is a big win there. Lost to James the Man Irvin in rings. Got knocked out in the second. But he's a guy who's beaten Mario Sparrow. He had his, kind of a short little run in rings and ran through people in Pancrase. And now, having a big one over Rashad Evans to start off his Pride FC career. Ryan Jensen, is 3-1 in Pride FC. So guys who have some pretty good records. His only loss in Pride FC was a split decision to Mark Hughes. But he's beaten Masatsu Yano, Stephan Bonner, and Alan Goes. Not great names, but, some names, I guess. Decent names, I would say. He's beaten Travis Luter in the past. Jason Mayer Miller, Josh Rafferty. So I would say he's in the right company of him, with the Blurcast staff picks, giving him the win. As then the monster, Kevin Randleman, taking on the Hurricane, Gilbert Yvel, as Yvel has finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. Randleman trains at the Hammer House. Yvel's on a regular 0-1 against other members of that team. The first time they have fought, Randleman is the big favorite to win this one. Kind of interesting. I figured that would not be the case, but Kevin Randleman, the monster, 3-7 in Pride FC, breaks my heart. He just beat Ogawa, knocked him out in the 3rd. That was at Pride FC Worldwide 4. But then before then, he went quite a losing streak, losing to Ice Cold Igor, Big Nog, Barnett, Pete Williams, and then Tom Erickson. Obviously, some top level fighters. Beat Volkan, then took on Couture, lost, got knocked out. A lot of knockouts. He's been knocked out by Big Nog, got knocked out with a kick by Pete Williams. Knocked out Volkan, but then got knocked out by Randy Couture, but then also knocked out Ogawa recently. This would be a great win for the monster Kevin Randleman here, if he can beat Gilbert Yvel, who's 2-7. A couple of guys who have terrible records. Gilbert Yvel just beat Junior Dos Santos at American Bushido 15, so he's coming back to another American Bushido. And it should be a fun card, though, or at least a fun fight as far as, obviously, Kevin Randleman's wrestling should probably play into a big factor against Gilbert Yvel, but if Randleman's not careful, he's going to get knocked the fuck out. It's David Barrett taking on Dan the Outlaw Hardy, as Hardy's going to have an 8-inch reach advantage, which is fucking crazy, as David Barron is making his Pride FC debut, but it looks like it's not going to matter, because Dan Hardy has the big favorite to win this one. David Barron, 13-3, just lost in his last UFC fight, UFC 102. He lost to Mike Pyle. He's also lost to Roman Mitchie. As far as big names, he's beaten Elijah Harshberg, which that's not really a huge name. Brian Ebersol, Claude Patrick, not great. Not great names as far as who's he's beaten and who's he's faced. Dan Hardy, who's 3-1-1, with the draw coming to Takanori Sato, the split draw, and he lost to Paul Daly in his first fight. He hasn't really taken on any big names as well. He beat Crosley Gracely, Jay Suk Lim, and then also beat Matt Brown by decision. He's looking to bounce back and get a nice win over David Barron. I think that the reach advantage is definitely going to help him out. Obviously, David Barron being a judo guy, if he's got him in close, I think he can take him down to the mat. But that's probably going to be an easy win for Dan Hardy, though. As the American Psycho, Stephan Bonner, taking on Chael Sonnen. As Stephan Bonner has a significant weight advantage and a reach advantage, making him the odds-on favorite to win this one. That makes a lot of sense there. As Stephan Bonner, 1-2 in Pride FC, he's 11-8. He's lost his last 2, as only one was Dario Matsui. Hasn't really beaten a lot of big names, like you see Kira Shoji, Joel De Oliveira, Beaten Joe Slick twice. He beat Ebenezer Fontes Barraga. So some guys are kind of Caleb Starnes as well. He's beaten guys who have kind of had a cup of coffee in Pride FC, but really, lost more than they won. So not a great overall record for him. And then Chael Sonnen, 0-1 in Pride FC. Lost to Ricardo Rona, which, of course, a Ricardo Rona fight's going to be pretty bad. But he's also beaten Joel de Oliveira. He's beaten Evan Tanner. He's beaten Melvin Manoff and Nate Corey, Young Choi as well. He had the Anderson Silva fight at UFC 32. Just hilarious. I think he needs to just get back into consistency. It's kind of his thing. But this is going to be a tough fight for him. Stephan Bonner's bigger, stronger, got the reach. It's going to be tough to beat. It's Clay, the Carpenter Guida, taking on Ryan Diamond Healy. As Healy's got a 7-inch reach advantage. Clay Guida, coming in undefeated. Or no, that's right. He just lost to Leonardo Santos. That's right. As coming in 6-1. And he's looking to take on Ryan Healy, which Healy's 1-3 in Pride FC, 8-5. So just lost to Nate Diaz by the unanimous decision. He had a split decision win with Spencer Fisher, which is not great. So obviously Spencer Fisher was 0-4 Pride FC, and he's lost to Joe Hurley as well. Gleison Tebow, Sean Shirk, Mac Danzig. But he's had some good and great fights. Should be an exciting prelim fight there. Obviously, this is being held in Illinois, so that should be fun. Clay Guida should get a nice ovation from the crowd there. Ruthless Robbie Lawler taking on the Korean Ice pick, Jae-Suk Lim. Poor Robbie Lawler hasn't won since December of 04. He's 0-3 in Pride FC. Chad Saunders, Kira Kikuchi, and Jay Heron, but he doesn't have bad fights. That's not him. He's beaten Ross Pointman, the absolute tomato can that is Ross Pointman. He's taking on Nick Serra, Chris Lytle. He's taking on some big names for a guy that young and a guy who obviously has so much to fight for as far as, obviously still going in 2021 as the Korean Ice pick, Jae-Suk Lim. 4-2, he's, got a positive record. He's 2-1. His only loss in Pride FC was Dan Hardy, but he also lost to Jay Heron as well. As he's just taking on Kaita Nakamura and Kiichi Kunamoto. So this could be a nice fight for Ruthless Robbie Lawler to come back and get a nice win finally. And really the first win in Pride FC, but also not have it be a 7-7 record. He can be 8-6. As we'll see what happens. Minus 290, plus 230 Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys. Jae-Suk Lim as Team Yon. As mixed martial artist, obviously Robbie Lawler. It's Granite City, Illinois. Seoul, South Korea. So again, probably going to get a nice ovation. Will Ruthless Robbie Lawler. As Lawler may have weighed in the same as Jae-Suk Lim. He's clearly got a big size advantage now. So we are on the way. They touch gloves. Lim wants to get some grappling started. As he can't hit the setup left jab, but hits a beauty of a straight right, though. There's a jab as wide, but then scores a leg kick. Lawler hits a left hand, but Jae-Suk Lim catches the kick to the body. That's the setup, and now looking for the takedown. Can't get it, though. As he just driving him up against the ropes. Now looking to sweep him. He does so. Oh, no. He's clearly worried about the submission threat. Jae-Suk Lim, he keeps very tight to Lawler. Just peppering him short strikes. So he's trying to pass. Now they scramble. As Lawler ends up losing out in the scramble, so we're kind of back where we were in half guard. Just punching down, they're taking on the gloves, trying to get a leg free. Can't get it free. Trying to get some separation, get a scramble going. As always, too slow is Robbie Lawler, and he gets caught in side control now. There's a few punches there. As looking for an arm triangle, Lawler blocks it. As Lim throws a few strikes, good, just slowing things out so he can catch his breath. Lawler takes the opportunity to manage to pull on the half guard. Lim punches down on Lawler. They're easily taking on the gloves. As shrimping quick. I don't. That doesn't sound right. As Lawler gets into full guard. As again some small strikes, making sure that it's very tight, not giving him any room to work with. Trying to sweep, not happening. Some more short strikes. There's an elbow to the top of the head. Now looking to pass the side control, loses out on his control momentarily. Another scramble begins. As scramble ends with Lim grabbing Lawler, shoving him against the ropes. Just keeping him up against the ropes there. Dirty box each other. Looking for another takedown in the round. Lawler blocks it. Now turns him around. His back's up against the ropes. So it doesn't matter. That's the end of the first round. That's tough. Jae-Suk Lim definitely won the round. That's a tough loss for Robbie Lawler there. Let's see what happens in the second. As a jab lands from Lawler. This big right hand follows up, misses. There's a quick punch to the land now. As Lim seizing that chance and grabs him in the clinch. Looking for another trip takedown, and he's got it. Oh no. Oh no. As Lim keeps very tight to Lawler. Lawler tries to pull Lim in close and smother him. Doesn't get any with the attempts, as fires away with punches. Looking for some double underhooks is Robbie Lawler, but they can't get it. Again, peppering him with some short strikes. Lawler working from the bottom, clips Lim with an elbow, as he begins working to get past him. There's another scramble, as Lawler tries to get back up. As Lawler ends up having to pull half guard, losing out on it again. Punching down on Lawler again. This takes some opportunity to transition full guard, or from half guard to full guard, rather. Now he's trying to pass. Lawler again, just fighting to survive. Lim's back up first and quickly grabs him, pushing him against ropes. Another trip. That time Lawler stops it. Some dirty boxing, but Lim works enough space to pull clear and circle out. Well, Robbie Lawler's going to have to knock him out, or finish him at least, to get the win. Because Jacobs Lim definitely won that round as well. Yeah, it's now or never time. Let's see what he can. Jacobs Lim's going to shoot, as he can't complete it. Just hops around on one leg as Lawler. Justin begins ropes, now looking for the trip. Doesn't work either. Looking for it a third time. He's got it. A nice inside leg trip. That might have been all she wrote for Robbie Lawler. Well, that's a damn shame. As Robbie Lawler's going to probably get sent down the rings. Oh, he bursts into life, tries to scramble. That was a bad choice. Well, and now he's got side control. That's going to probably be it for Robbie Lawler. As now looking for Kimura. Fights it off. Some few punches now, trying to catch his breath. Some more punches trying to catch his breath. 16 seconds, and that's the end of the fight, and the end of Robbie Lawler's stay in Pride FC. And decision win for Jae-Suk Lim. Korean Ice Pick. 5-2, 7-7 Robbie Lawler. Can't believe it. Distraught. I have no words. As Jae-Suk Lim thanks everyone connected to Team Yon for helping him prepare for this fight and his sponsors supporting him financially. He says he has a lot of respect for Robbie Lawler and praises his skill and toughness there. The last prelim fight, Clay the Carpenter Guida takes on Ryan Diamond Healy. In the lightweight division, 6-1, Clay Guida, 8-5, Ryan Healy, Boylan, Oregon, Johnsburg, Illinois, 5'7", 155, 6'1", 161, 24, 25 years old, wrestling, mixed martial artist, both at minus 110, West Side Fight Team for Clay Guida. Herb Dean's a referee, ringside judges. The pre-fight stare down is, which is almost comical, as Healy is so much taller than Clay Guida, as Guida getting a nice ovation there. As Guida appeared to be going to try and get in close, but Healy took the initiative first. Healy can't hit the sub left jab, but he catches Guida with a right hook. Gets in close and clinching with Healy as he tries to take him down. Doesn't work though. Healy defends it well. Clinch with Healy again. Guida looks to try and take him down. He's got it. Healy pulls half guard as just about connects with a fast glancing elbow strike. That could have been all she wrote there. Depending on how that landed. Healy looking to scramble. Guida's up too quick though. Grabs him inside control. Trying to get mount. Oh boy, he's got mount. There's pounds away with elbows. Unable to land many clean shots, though. There's some stiff elbows. There's some ground and pound for you. Some big elbows here from the top. Jesus, as he doesn't really do great damage with the elbows now. So he fires away with elbows, but again, little in the way of damage. As Healy's trying to sweep Guida out of mount, can't do it. As he tries to pound on Healy with elbows, but again, none of the blows land with any degree of power. Trying to sweep Guida out of mount. As it pounds away that 3 elbow strikes with quick succession, doesn't do much damage with him. Healy tries to roll, but Guida grabs his back instead. Is he going to get... Oh, looking for a tight body triangle. Oh, no. Oh, there's a tap out. Clay Guida, what a win there. 7-1 is Clay the Carpenter Guida. That's a huge win for the Jonesburg, Illinois man as a 7-1. Good start for Clay Guida. 8-6 for Ryan Healy. He's now 1-4. He's got one more fight, and he's going to get probably sent down the rings. As Clay Guida gives a name check to everyone at West Side Fight Team, all his favorite sponsors, all of his friends, family, supporters. Says it's a tough fight and gives a show of respect to Ryan Healy. He knows how to use these interviews to sell himself. Open up the main card. The American Psycho, Stephan Bonner, taking on Chael Sonnen. Another Illinois native, a Chicago, Illinois, Stephan Bonner, taking on the Westland, Oregon native of Chael Sonnen. As mixed martial arts, wrestling, both 11-8 records. Greg Jackson's mixed martial arts, Team Quest for Chael Sonnen, plus 350, minus 440. Big John McCarthy's a referee, ringside judges here. Even though they weighed in at 205, it's obvious Stephan Bonner's probably fighting at a more light heavyweight weight at like 225, 215. Stephan Bonner being in front of our home crowd gets a loud cheer. We are underway. Sonnen wants to get a grappling exchange started. He's clearly aware of his opponent's striking though, as Stephan Bonner can't hit the left jab, but he hits a leg kick, though. Stephan Bonner looking confident, shortening the range. Next with a jab, doesn't hit the body kick, though. There's a jab and a body kick, though. That's a nice, levels for Stephan Bonner. It's a good idea. The left hand, and again, missing with the body kick that time, though. Nice jab and a straight right. That's a nice one, too. Jab hits home, and then another roundhouse kick, but it gets caught. Oh, no, he actually just he just hit him. That was my bad. The Stephan Bonner hits a jab. Nothing but air on the big right down. There's another jab and a fast, high right head kick to the side of the head. And he is punch drunk now. What a head kick. He is covering up the best he can as Jail. And he is definitely vulnerable as there's a straight right hand that dazed Sonnen continues to cover up against the ropes. There's another head kick, and that's a knockdown. Quickly pouncing on him as Stephan Bonner looking to rain down some punches. There's some massive right hands. Chael Sonnen's getting fucked up. Thank God Big John McCarthy stepped in. What a performance for Stephan Bonner there. 12-8, 11-9 for Chael Sonnen. As that's a big win for Stephan Bonner. Gives a name check to everyone at Greg Jackson's Mixed Martial Arts. All of his various sponsors, all of his friends, family, and supporters. It's David Barron taking on Dan the Outlaw Hardy. It's minus 480 for Dan Hardy. It's 3-1-1. David Barron 13-3. Judo, obviously, from France, a French judokan. It's Golden Glory kickboxing as well. As Dan Hardy, a kickboxer as well. This should be a fun matchup. This should be very, very fun. From SBG Ireland, as Josh Rosenthal is our referee. Ringside judges. Opening bell. Hardy moves in, looking to open up an attack. Looks over to see Barron try to get some grappling start, but Hardy was more aggressive and took the initiative, rather, as he can't connect on the step strikes, and then catches Barron with a right hook to the body. Nice body shot. There's a left jab, but Barron avoids the big punch. As Hardy closes the distance, obviously looking to strike, and next to the nice jab, then hits a body kick. Barron scores a weak, flicked left-hand jab. Jab lands from Hardy, misses with a low kick. Tentative jab from Barron lands, as Hardy connects with a nice jab and scores with the right cross. Two left hands land from Hardy, but misses the vicious right hand, as Hardy comes in, looking to strike. Hits a left hand, but as the big right head kick, rather, is wide of the mark, as Hardy notching some instructions with the corner with a relaxed head nod. Connects the jab, misses the vicious right hand, moves in closer, ready to attack. Appear to be going to try to get in close, but Hardy took the initiative as a left hand, but misses on the attempt to the body. Look at the confident now is Dan Hardy, shortening the range, looking to strike. Connects with the jab, but misses the vicious right hand. Hits a left jab, then there's a nice straight right hand that lands hard. There's the jab while backing away. Can't connect with the jab. Scores a leg kick, though. Jab is wide from Hardy, then hits Barron with a leg kick again. Halfway point. A few gulps of breath. Dan Hardy's starting to get tired. There's a jab and a body kick. I'm liking this combination that I'm seeing from Dan Hardy. Same thing with like Stephan Bonner is going with the levels. Combo that ends with a kick to the legs fails to land. For Dan Hardy, moves in fast and clinching with him is Barron. Trying to suck him into the guard. No use, though, as Hardy doesn't budge and instead takes control of it and looking to muscle him up against the ropes. He does so. There's a knee strike to the ribs. Gets caught with another knee strike to the side of the stomach. That's a hard foot stomp. He's got him trapped there. Another knee inside his own knee for David Barron. There's a glancing elbow from the clinch, and it gets caught with a knee, this time to the thigh. Trying to throw a knee, but it quickly turns him around as David Barron and creates enough space to circle out and clear out with about 2 minutes left in the first. There's a quick punch to the hit, though. Barron again seizing the chance to grab him into a clinch, trying to suck him into the guard, and again that doesn't happen. As Hardy trying to wrestle him against the ropes, he's got him up against the ropes again. Trying to throw an elbow, but again Barron waits for it and slips out of it. As he fails to find him his jab and hits a straight right, though. 60 seconds. There's a left hand and a beautiful uppercut. Broke his nose. Probably rocked him as well. Yep, knocked him out. Jesus, what an uppercut. Broke his nose. Blood all over the place. Knocked him out with it. What an uppercut. What a win for Dan Hardy. Now 4-1-1, 13-4 for David Barron, coming up short in his debut in Pride FC. Dan Hardy gives a name check there on SBG Ireland, all of his favorite sponsors, all of his friends, family, and supporters. Dan Hardy gives a show respect to his opponent there. As the next fight, the Monster, Kevin Randleman taking on the Hurricane. Gilbert Yvel, 13-10, 28-18. Amsterdam, Holland, Columbus, Ohio, wrestling Muay Thai. So we got the wrestler versus the stand-up guy. This should be interesting. Hammerhouse and Golden Glory, both guys in their 30s. Gilbert Yvel's going to have a couple inches on him. I believe they'll have the reach advantage as well. Randleman weighed in at 235, and Yvel weighed in at 230. Herb Dean's the referee. Our ringside judges. Fight begins. Yvel, of course, being a piece of shit, doesn't touch gloves. Goes toe-to-toe with strikes. without really any damaging shots landing. As there's a burst of strikes when neither fighter gets caught. Right hand gets blocked. There's a good right hand taken on the gloves, though. Quick exchange of strikes doesn't lead to anything. Yvel steps forward. Strike exchange begins. There's a counter left, but doesn't connect, though, from Randleman. Can't connect with a jab, but there's a sithering kick to the legs. As he doesn't trouble his opponent with a combination ending with low kicks. Hell, and there's that chance to grab him to clinch looking for the trip. He's got it. And he's got side control, too. Not a great spot for Gilbert Yvel. There's a few clean shots landing, but not many. Oh, there's some several big right hands now. He's looking to get mount. He's trying to sweep, but he just gives up the back instead. Some more, several clean blows landing on Gilbert Yvel in the back. Now he's got both hooks in. Oh my god, there's some big right hands. Yeah, I mean, how is this fight not ending? Yvel's trying to survive. Now he's trying to pound away. And he's not going to break the hooks either. I'm surprised Randleman's not trying for the rear naked choke. He's just looking to ground and pound. I mean, that is the Hammer House way, after all. I guess I should have known better. He pounds with some rights. Fails to land anything significant again. Yvel struggling against Randleman. Cannot get himself free of the hooks. Randleman pounds away with rights. Fails to land anything significant. As pounds away again, but Yvel calmly deals with him. Cannot break free of the hooks. Fires away with punches, but Yvel doesn't take any undue damage. And he maintains his hooks despite Yvel trying to break them. Pounds away, but Yvel isn't troubled with strikes. Struggled against Randleman, but cannot get himself free from the hooks. So he tries to pound on Yvel, but none of the blows land with any degree of power. Pounds away again with some right hands, fails landing significant. Attempts to pull free of the hooks. I cannot believe Yvel survived this entire round. That should have been it. That should have been it. Had him, both hooks in, had his back for like 5 minutes. Randleman couldn't finish him. Laid in a lot of shots, though. Almost landed 100 shots. Yeah, some audible boos. Not the most exciting round after the great onslaught. And then they just couldn't get as Yvel pressuring Randleman. Some two counter left hands as he can't connect with a jab, and it scores a lovely right head kick. Yvel can't connect the step strikes again, but there's a nice straight right hand that lands hard. Oh, and he's covering up. Randleman might have been rocked if that straight right. And there's a right head kick that knocks him out. Wow. What a comeback for Gilbert Yvel to come back in the second and just stand up with him. Hits him with the straight right, knocked him out with the right head kick. God damn it, Kevin Randleman, you had your chance. You had him. Put the rear naked choke on him. You had him. As what a win for Gilbert Yvel. As he gives a name check to everyone at Golden Glory, all of his favorite sponsors, all of his friends, family, and supporters, says that he knew that he'd win, that the people labeled him an underdog, didn't know anything about me or MMA. Oh my. Some strong words for Gilbert Yvel. Is next up, Ryan Jensen taking on Louise Mad Skills Herring. 10-1, 14-4, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu style of Ryan Jensen from Renzo Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. And Louise Herring, hybrid fighter from the pit. Both in their 30s. Denver, Colorado. Omaha, Nebraska. Let's see what happens here. Minus 250 for Ryan Jensen, plus 190 for Louise Herring. As Herb Dean's a referee, ringside judges. They both weighed in at 205, but Louise Herring definitely fighting at probably 215, 225. They touch gloves. Herring throws two quick punches, and it doesn't hit either of them, so that gives Jensen the opportunity to grab him, looking for the trip. He's got it. And he's in half guard now, looking to get past it. Wow, and he's in side control now. Looking for a knee bar. Doesn't allow that to be locked in now, looking for mount. Oh, he's got mount. Oh, there's a powerful elbow strike at the side of the head. And he's forcing him to turn away after the strikes. He gives up his back. Now that's how... Oh, some more. Just pounding away is Ryan Jensen. He has rocked Louise Herring. Herb Dean makes the save. As Louise Herring taking way too many shots. You're winning by TKO after a dominant performance there for Ryan Jensen. Boy, oh boy, as he gives thanks. Ryan Jensen presenting his team at Renzo Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is very responsive to all the fans who came out to support him. Come main event time. Andre Arlovsky taking on Mark the Hammer Coleman. As a 13-7, 14-9, Sambo, boxing, wrestling. So, the reason why this fight happened, Mark the Hammer Coleman wanted to fight Andre Arlovsky. And it's like, alright, it's going to be minus, 1,200. Are you sure you want to have this fight? He didn't complain when I set it up, so I said, fuck it. He's got a death wish. Let's give it to him. Arlovsky's going to knock him the fuck out. I don't see this going any other way. Herb Dean's our referee. Ringside judges. Definitely a wrong decision to make this fight happen, because it's going to take down it's not credibility, that's what it is. It's credibility. It's going to bring our credibility down a little bit, but that's okay. Fight begins. No touch of gloves. Yeah, they hate each other. As jab lands from Orlovsky, Coleman steps back to avoid the head kick. Kicking out with a setup jab, but hits Coleman with the beauty of a straight right. Oh boy, here it comes. There's a jab and a big right hand. As I look there to see Coleman trying to get some grappling started, but Orlovsky is a man on a mission. Throws a quick punch, doesn't land. No, and he fails to follow him with his jab. There's a right cross, and he knocks him out the right cross. Andrei Orlovsky, your winner in a minute. Knocked him out. Yeah, I mean, that was a given. 14-7, 14-10 for Mark Coleman. Andrei Orlovsky thanks everyone connected to the American Top Team for helping him prepare for the fight and for his sponsors supporting him financially. He's asked who he'd like to face next. He answers that Tim Sylvia would be someone that he'd like to compete against. That would be a fun heavyweight fight. We can make it happen. It's Anderson the Spider Silva taking on Brazilian Killer Alex Stiebling. Can't believe we're 30 minutes in, and we're just now at the main event. Usually these shows, it's going to be like an hour, but 30 minutes in, and we're just now getting to it. It's 15-4-1 for Anderson Silva, 19-4-1 for Alex Stiebling. Kind of crazy, Alex Stiebling's had more fights when he's the younger one. Muay Thai, wrestling Muay Thai, Hus Valley Tudo, Lions Den. Minus 200 for Anderson Silva, plus 200 for Alex Stiebling from Indianapolis, Indiana. Just a short ways away from Illinois, so that's somewhat of the hometown fighter in Alex Stiebling. Big John McCarthy's a referee, ringside judges. There's the bell, they stand and trade, but all the shots are either off target or safely dealt with. Oh boy, just a bit of a snooze fest so far. 2 minutes in, and no one's landed a shot as Silva's stalking forward. There's a jab from Stiebling. There's some strikes and some leg kicks. Stiebling avoids all of them. What a great showing for Alex Stiebling early on. Oh boy, can't land any shots there as he throws some punches and head kicks, but Silva is too quick, dodges out of the way of those. Silva missing the low kick. Oh my, as Silva steps in, now he's ready for the counter. Now we can finally see someone land something as Stiebling misses the right cross. Here comes the counter. A sequence of jabs followed by a right hand that lands clean as Silva steps in. Oh, Silva rather lets Stiebling step in and engage. As Stiebling misses with a left jab, but scores with a slithering kicks to the leg there. Stiebling wants to shoot, but gets wary of getting hit of wanting to come in. Silva fails to find home his jab, and then there's another straight right hand that lands hard. There's a jab from Silva, misses the body kick though, as missing the kick unfortunately causes Silva to slip and ends up on his back. Oh my, that's the first time we've seen that happen. So the missed kick, he just is on his back, and now Stiebling looking to come in. Silva moves quickly though, scrambling for a position before Stiebling can even get a hold of him. Silva ends up on behind him, holding a waist lock. Jesus, that must have been quite a scene, as he turns himself slightly, appears to be working to set up an attack on the legs, looking for a calf slicer. Holy shit, as Stiebling stays calm though, defends his submission. Silva changes position, seems to be looking to set up something to do with the legs. Another calf slicer, as I cannot get it again. As Silva changes position, seems to be setting up for something, again, looking for the calf slicer. Don't think it's going to work. Maybe go for something else. Looking for the twister. Holy shit, okay. Clever roll by Stiebling as he puts Silva off balance just long enough to start to scramble. As Silva, Stiebling's up first. Quickly grabs Silva, pushing him against the ropes, looking for a sweep. Nice outside leg sweep. What a great takedown for Alex Stiebling there. Keeps him, gets him a few quick strikes. As Stiebling throws a couple punches designed to keep Silva guessing there. Stiebling throws a few strikes again. They're outbid him. Takes a few moments to plan ahead with after some right hands. Gets blocked there. I think it's probably going to be the end of the round. A minute left. Some small strikes. Just trying to catch his breath. Big John's going to stand about 25 seconds left. There's a left jab and a hard low kick to the front leg. That is not good. I mean, what a round for Alex Stiebling there. Almost got caught with either a calf slice or a twister, but other than that, tremendous round. Had the takedown, landed a lot of shots in the round. Might have stole the round for Anderson Silva there. We'll see what happens in the second. Silva lands a jab. Stiebling steps back to avoid the right to the body. Combo ends with a spinning back kick. Fails to land for Silva. Seizing the opportunity, Stiebling clenches up. He gets caught with a knee strike to the body there. He's trying to push Silva so he's back up against the ropes. He can't do it though, ends up being out-wrestled. Stiebling tries to get Stiebling into a Muay Thai clinch. Can't quite get there though. Stiebling again takes control of the grapple. Stiebling trying to push Silva so he's back up against the ropes. He doesn't let himself be driven back though. He gains dominant position in the grapple instead. Silva trying to lock Stiebling into a Muay Thai clinch. Can't quite manage it though. Stiebling slips out of it. Jab hits home from Silva, then again another low kick to the front leg. As he lands a couple of jabs and another straight right. Stiebling looking for the takedown, but again, Silva took the initiative. Doesn't trouble his opponent with a combination ending on a high right head kick. That could have been all she wrote if he landed that head kick. Oh, can't connect with a jab. There's a rib crunching body kick too. Oh, knocks him down with a body kick. As Anderson Silva looking to rain down some punches, pounding away some repeated headshots there. Big John McCarthy's going to step in to save this one. What a fight that was. I mean, Anderson Silva coming up in the second with a big-time body kick to drop him and finish the fight on the ground. Your winner, Anderson the Spider Silva, 16-4-1, 19-5-1 for Alex Stiebling, rather. As Anderson Silva gets an inject, everyone at Hoos Valley Tudo, all of his various sponsors, all of his friends, family, and supporters, praises Stiebling for the tough fight. We just barely made the critical rating there. Oh, actually, no, we nailed it as a 69. The commercial rating was a 94. 9,000 in attendance here in Illinois, but I mean, a fun card. Sure, we had a lot of one-sided affairs, but the main event delivered, and it was a fun story with Gilbert Yvel and Kevin Randleman as well. But yeah, a lot of one-sided bouts. Even Clay Guida dominating Ryan Neely. That was crazy. It was probably the best fight. It was probably that one. And we increased our pop everywhere too. Hell yeah. So the fight of the night was Ryan Jensen and Luis Herring. I guess you could say that. But we're gonna give a performance bonus though to Clay Guida. And we'll give one to I don't know. That's tough. I was thinking about giving one to like either Silva or someone, but I was just like, we'll just give it to Clay Guida for the dominant performance. Made $100,000 that night thanks to the performance bonus. So yeah, we made $5 million as well. So that will do it for this episode here. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time for more Pride FC using WMA 5. Take care, everyone.